This is ChainMind, the decentralized AI network built for everyone. Just search ChainMind on Google, sign up, download the app, and you're in. That's it. You've joined the network. Run it on any device, phone, laptop, or server. Why ChainMind? Fully decentralized, fully yours.
What if the next time you click buy now, you're not just paying for a product, but also for the brain that powers the recommendation behind it? That moment is already here, and it's being driven by a $7 billion gamble that could rewrite the way every AI request is billed, routed, and even trusted. Stripe, the payments engine that quietly handles the checkout flow for millions of online stores, is on the verge of buying OpenRouter, an AI gateway startup that lets developers speak to dozens of large language model providers with a single line of code. The deal, rumored to be worth more than $7 billion, isn't just a headline about a massive acquisition, it's a signal that the infrastructure that powers generative AI is about to become as standardized as credit card processing. To understand why this matters for us at ChainMind, we need to unpack the transaction, explore what OpenRouter actually does, see how Stripe's ambitions fit into the larger AI economy, and then ask the hard questions about where a decentralized inference network fits into this new landscape. First, let's look at the mechanics of the deal. Sources close to the negotiations say Stripe is paying a mix of cash and equity, valuing OpenRouter at roughly 30 times its projected 2025 revenue. That multiple may look astronomical, but it mirrors the premium tech giants are willing to pay for a turnkey solution that abstracts the mess of connecting to multiple AI providers. OpenRouter already supports the APIs of OpenAI, Anthropic, Cohere, and a handful of other model vendors, translating each request into a unified response format. In practice, a developer can write one API call, hand it over to the router, and let the platform decide whether to fire off a GPT-4 request, a Claude query, or a specialized fine-tuned model based on cost, latency, or policy constraints. Stripe's acquisition would embed that capability directly into its existing payments stack, turning every token that flies through a model into a microtransaction that can be invoiced, subscribed to, or even flagged for fraud, all without the developer ever having to build a separate billing layer. Why does that matter? Because OpenRouter is more than a convenience library, it's the plumbing that makes multi-model orchestration a reality. Before OpenRouter, a SaaS product that wanted to give users the option of switching between AI providers had to juggle a tangle of authentication, keys, rate limit handling, and custom usage dashboards for each vendor. That complexity slowed down product cycles and forced engineering teams to become experts in every provider's quirks. OpenRouter's promise is simple: write once, route everywhere. The platform evaluates each request against a set of policies, cost thresholds, latency budgets, content moderation rules, and then selects the best fit model. The result is a smoother developer experience, faster time to market, and a clearer cost model for businesses that need to predict AI spend month over month. Stripe's move into AI is a natural extension of its broader vision to become the financial operating system for every digital product. Over the past decade, Stripe built a global payments infrastructure that powers everything from subscription newsletters to ride-hailing apps. More recently, the company has added climate tech financing, embedded banking, and now AI billing to its portfolio. By acquiring OpenRouter, Stripe essentially creates a direct pipeline from an LLM call to its invoicing engine. Imagine an e-commerce site that offers a personal shopping assistant, powered by GPT-4. Every time a shopper asks a question, Stripe can automatically charge a fraction of a cent per token, settle the payment instantly, and even flag suspicious usage patterns using its fraud prevention toolkit. The synergy is obvious. token usage becomes a first-class financial event, measured, billed, and reconciled in real time. For ChainMind, a decentralized inference network that distributes compute across independent nodes and rewards participants with tokenized incentives. The acquisition is both a challenge and an opening. On the one hand, Stripe's brand trust and massive user base could lure developers toward a single, plug-and-play gateway that promises reliability and compliance out of the box. On the other hand, the very architecture Stripe is building creates new integration points that we can exploit. Hybrid routing, for instance, allows developers to send latency-critical or high-volume calls through Stripe OpenRouter, while delegating cost-sensitive or privacy-critical workloads to a decentralized mesh like ChainMind. This gives developers the best of both worlds, the speed and billing clarity of a centralized service, plus the cost savings and data sovereignty of a distributed network. Unified billing is another concrete benefit. Stripe already handles fiat settlements, stablecoin payouts, and subscription management at scale. If we can negotiate a direct settlement channel where the revenue generated from OpenRouter mediated calls is automatically converted into ChainMind's native token, we simplify the revenue flow for node operators who might otherwise have to navigate multiple exchanges. Node operators could receive their payouts in a familiar fiat-linked stablecoin, reducing friction and encouraging more participants to join the network. Moreover, OpenRouter's policy engine, now under Stripe's umbrella, will likely adopt stricter content moderation standards to protect its massive merchant base. That creates a niche for ChainMind to position itself as a privacy-preserving alternative for workloads that fall outside those constraints, such as proprietary research models or applications that must keep data within specific jurisdictions. But the story doesn't end there. The most compelling strategic opportunities for ChainMind emerge when we think about partnership rather than competition. One avenue is gateway federation. We could build a lightweight adapter that makes ChainMind nodes appear as an additional backend within OpenRouter's routing table. From a developer's perspective, it would be as simple as adding a flag to their configuration, and the router would automatically offload a percentage of traffic to our decentralized pool. That would give us traffic without requiring developers to rewrite code, and it would expose Stripe's massive user base to the benefits of a distributed inference model. A second path is token-backed settlements. By negotiating a direct line with Stripe, the fiat revenue from OpenRouter calls could be auto-converted into our token, creating a seamless bridge between traditional payments and decentralized incentives. Finally, we could offer a regulatory sandbox where developers test compliance-heavy workloads on ChainMind before scaling them through Stripe. This would lower the risk of policy violations, provide a clear migration path, and showcase our network's ability to meet strict regulatory requirements while still delivering performance. Now, here's the part most people get wrong. They assume that a massive acquisition like this automatically squeezes out every alternative. In reality, centralization and decentralization have always coexisted, each serving different market needs. The risk, however, is real. Stripe's massive user base could draw a large share of AI traffic away from decentralized alternatives, reducing the economic incentives for node operators. Data sovereignty concerns could also push enterprises toward a network that guarantees that inputs never leave a particular jurisdiction, something a centralized gateway might struggle to promise. And pricing volatility. Stripe's per-token rates could shift with market dynamics, making cost forecasting for hybrid architectures more complex. These challenges mean that ChainMind can't sit on the sidelines. We have to be proactive in shaping the conversation about where AI compute lives. Looking ahead, the acquisition underscores a broader trend. the convergence of payments, identity, and AI compute into a single stack. As more SaaS products embed generative features, think auto-generated marketing copy, AI-driven customer support, or real-time code assistance, the need for reliable, auditable, and monetizable routing will only intensify. Decentralized inference networks that can interoperate with centralized gateways will likely capture a niche of developers who prioritize transparency, cost control, and data privacy. In that niche, ChainMind can become the go-to solution for workloads that demand zero trust guarantees, lower latency through geographic proximity, or cost optimization that a monolithic provider can't match. In summary, Stripe's $7 billion purchase of OpenRouter is a decisive moment in the evolution of AI infrastructure. By marrying a world-class payments platform with a versatile AI gateway, Stripe is positioning itself as the financial backbone of the next generation of AI-enabled services. For us at ChainMind, the deal is both a challenge and an invitation. Adapt, integrate, and demonstrate the unique value that a truly decentralized inference network can bring to a market increasingly dominated by large, integrated players. The next few quarters will reveal whether hybrid models can thrive alongside Stripe's centralized offering, and how the balance of power will shift in the rapidly expanding AI economy. If you're excited about a future where compute is owned by the many, not the few, and you want to stay on the front lines of this transformation, make sure you follow ChainMind. Join our community, watch our updates, and become part of the network that's redefining how AI inference gets done. Together we can keep the AI economy open, fair, and decentralized.